If you're new, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Today we're back with another Tour de France video, episode 3 in this series. And last night I was just playing along, so we're well ahead. We've sort of done quite a few stages now and tours.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage.
So we're now on our second tour, effectively. And yeah, we're obviously, hopefully, gonna have a good time on this tour, of course. But, of course,
let's start the briefing for this
not
stage.
easy.
The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway. Have a good stage.
So, obviously, this is today's stage, for today. So, yeah. Hopefully we can do good today. So far the season hasn't gone particularly well. It hasn't though gone either particularly bad. We're the 27th best team in the world right now, which isn't great by no means, but it isn't bad at all.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The road leading to Nancy should be relatively easy on the peloton. However, watch out for the final 20 kilometers. That could encourage the most daring riders to go on the offensive.
So here we go then. As we now start today's ride. So we're going to try and go in a breakaway if it's possible today. Obviously, it's a bit of a hilly stage, and here's a breakaway now. So we're going to go in this breakaway. We're going to try and follow this guy for as long as possible.
The brake still isn't done. They're stepping on the pedal at the front of the peloton.
So
Virtually, he takes the lead of the overall standings.
right now, we're following this guy. So we've got about a minute 12 over the peloton.
He's a rider who can put in a long day's ride. He has no real strengths or weaknesses except the mountains.
He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard.
This is polka dot jersey, so obviously he can extend his lead today.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move.
So we're now going to increase that stamina. So we've got a minute 40 over the peloton, as there's 4 trying to catch up right now.
Don't let the counterattack catch up. The peloton won't let such a large group get away.
So obviously right now we're at a minute 30 lead, so over the peloton. The peloton, by the way, in case you're new to cycling, is the biggest group in the race. So it isn't necessarily the leading group, it's just the biggest group. So as you can see right now, I'm riding in a group of 2 riders. Okay, the group, though the biggest group has 144 riders at the moment. So as I say, the biggest group is the group, obviously, maybe not necessarily with the most riders, but certainly that has it's the biggest group. So right now the lead is shrinking. It's now down to a minute. So I think this breakaway is not going to last long.
This isn't the moment to relax.
The only way we can now build, we need to build a lead. So if we can do that, so we're sort of going to have to go faster here.
He's a luxury teammate. He'll do his utmost to help his leader.
So So obviously gonna have to relay here. So the group is now 3. So we haven't pulled out a big lead, but we've now got a minute 19, minute
Here's
20.
A pure
so
ruler.
we're now
Make
starting
sure you
to
don't leave
stretch
him
our
alone
legs.
up front. It will be difficult to catch him, and it's better for him to finish on his own.
So minute 27 is the lead now to the peloton. Minute 30, so yep, gap's
His
going
best chance
back up.
of victory is to try a breakaway from far
which is
out.
good. So we're soon now coming into the part where obviously we will be cycling for points.
He's a rider who likes short, sharp climbs. His capabilities in the high mountains are relatively limited.
So 4 people have joined this group now, so 2 extra people. So it's actually quite a nice group now. Means we can relay more. So obviously sometimes if you have a big group it's very difficult to relay. The smaller the group the better usually. So right now I reckon there's only 1 other person who could join this group, but they're 32 seconds away right now. So I don't really see that happening. There's also other 2 riders behind us, 58 seconds back as well, who could join, but question is, will they?
The first climb of the day is classified as 4th category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings.
So it's back downhill. So then take a nice breather now. So obviously we're going uphill now. So this is the part of the ride where we're now going up the hills, and this is the first category 4 climb of the day, so only 1 point is up for offer at the top of the summit, so not much obviously, but it's a fair amount. Now we're not going to press too much over the hill. I want to press only nicely, but nice enough.
You're 2 kilometers from the top.
So everyone should be now starting the climb. We've got about a kilometre lead, just under a kilometre lead on the peloton, which is now starting to slightly break up. So we're now going to try and race. We've got a long way back to come. Can we do it? It's going to be certainly a close one. I think we're going to hold on here. Let's see. Yes, we are. That's a point for ourselves. Then,
that's good.
So that's a point then for ourselves, which is good. We just held on then there. The peloton now quite far behind, 3-4 minutes, so sorry, 2 minutes 50, so they're quite far.
Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, the sprinters will get their teammates to ride.
So happy there then, cause we got the points we wanted. We've you know, got a point then, so we're now tied for the polka dot jersey right now.
He's able to come
which
up
is
front
good.
On the flat,
obviously,
on
that's what we want. We want to be sort of there or thereabouts.
The finish, it's best not to count on him.
And we're certainly there. So crew behind us of 4 right now. We're in a group of 6 now, so we've been joined by a few other riders.
He's one of the juniors in the peloton who's looking to build a list of achievements for himself. For that, he will surely try to finish alone because he doesn't have a great turn of speed.
So 100 kilometers to go. So obviously still you know, by the time we get to probably about the intermediate sprint, we're about halfway through this ride. 60 kilometers actually will be the halfway point, to be precise, today. So yeah, 60k, still a long way to go. There isn't any refill on this tournament because it's a shorter actual ride, so the actual journey is shorter, which obviously means the cycling is shorter, so obviously there shouldn't be any need to refill. Obviously we've used up our energy bars quite early on. So peloton now consists of 35 riders. That's the largest group, I believe, of what I'm aware.
You're the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway.
So we've got a minute 4 lead actually on the peloton now. So it ain't a big lead, it's certainly not biggest. You can actually see the peloton from here. It's certainly, this breakaway hasn't really broken away, if that makes sense. We've just had okay leads at times. So we now move up into second, and obviously we're kind of close to the 90k mark, so yeah. So we've joined the back now of this group. So we're gonna now push. So obviously we're gonna join this guy. Just to rest now for a bit. Effectively, we're just relaying here right now. So, obviously, this guy's now going to the back.
He's the best placed for the green jersey.
So, 2 greens are going to the back. Effectively, we're the only one actually with no other rider up here. There's 2 of them guys.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move.
So we're working as a nice team right now, us 6, sorry.
His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead, probably with their eye on the overall standings. It's the Yellow Jerseys team that's taking on the chase of the breakaway.
So minute 33 is the gap now. We're just protecting ourselves well. Here. So, yeah, we're doing okay.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear
so
at the end of the race.
84 kilometers down, or to go. So we've got quite a few kilometers still left in the tank. It's certainly not over yet. Now in terms of our energy levels, they're pretty good at the moment. We're not doing too bad in terms of that, so we've still got over three quarters of energy left, so that's okay. We're not doing bad there. And you can still see the actual peloton in sight, so the peloton is certainly how can you put it? You know, still within touching distance. So I don't think this breakaway will go all the way. It looking very bleak right now. Oh dear, that weren't good. I don't know what happened there, like a screen lag. Now I'm not really too fussed about the intermediate sprint, because I don't really see any point of it today. Like, it'd be good for points, but it ain't really something I'm too interested in, the intermediate sprint. So long we don't come last, which I don't think we will, I'll be fine. So we got a minute 50 now lead, so the lead is increasing 100%. We've actually built up certainly a nice lead now. Probably about a kilometre's worth. Like, can you still see the peloton? Just about, you can just see the peloton in sight, so the peloton certainly ain't going away. I still don't think this breakaway is going to go all the way, so, you know, I just don't see it happening. And we're now 75 kilometers to go. So, yeah, still a fair distance to go. Still got 3/4 of our energy left. So, obviously, we're still doing okay right now.
Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most travel. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen.
So, right now, we're coming up close to now the intermediate sprint. We're probably no more than 15 kilometers away. So, obviously, right now, in the intermediate sprint, my aim isn't to come first, probably no lower than 6th, you know, is the aim, it's got to be, because, you know, I just don't see any real importance for us at the moment. Where we lay in the intermediate? We lay 19th right now, so people who are ahead of us are, I think, in this group anyway, so
the intermediate sprint
yeah,
is looming for the front of the race. The first 15 riders
still
score
very
points
important
towards the green jersey.
So we're now 5 kilometers away. So less than 5 kilometers. This now will be telling on how much difference there is between us and the peloton.
Score some points.
So we got about 1.5 kilometer lead right now on the riders behind on the peloton.
You're 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
So that lead is increasing by the looks of it. We're now soon to be 2 minutes ahead. We can get there. So we're coming into quite a curvy section. And we're now starting to approach the intermediate sprint. And as I say, not important to us. We're not really challenging for the intermediate. So long we're in the top 5, I'm happy with that. So if anyone wants to run away with the intermediate sprint, they can do. And yes, riders are now picking up the tempo. So these 4 are going for it.
The breakaway is
right
losing
now,
ground.
We'll just make sure we solid.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
So we take 5th. That's okay. So 5th place, then there. I'm happy with that, of course.
His teammates are accelerating.
And we're now
no
at
doubt readying the intermediate sprint.
kilometer now pace. So obviously 64k. That's now where we lay.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
So I've sort of had to use up plenty of my energy there. And we're now down to only half a bar. Hopefully that'll come back up. As we're now approaching the halfway stage on this ride. We're halfway through the race. So we're now halfway through. And we've used up all our energies. I want a downhill section. So, in a way, we've sort of ditched one of them, one of our teammates, I guess, or competitors. So this now is a team of 5, effectively. Someone's pushing like very hard, with 57 kilometers to go. So, we're now approaching the 57 kilometer mark. So, I'm going to change rider, I fancy here. Let's go to someone else. Let's go to Deepless, who is someone, you know, we've always ridden well with. And
it's your teammate who's best placed on the overall standings within the breakaway.
We're now with Deepless. So he's got still over half his energy left, 3/4. So Roseends will obviously play like that team game. Hopefully they can open that lead. But in a way, if they can't, we're going to try and close that lead now as a peloton. Like, the breakaway hasn't been particularly strong today.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
So, right, so still now less than half of the race to go. The lead is obviously coming down thick and fast now, so yeah, we can see the breakaways now. You can just see the red car in the distance, only a minute up the road. And it's been quite stable, this breakaway, like around that minute mark, but it hasn't really exceeded past the minute mark. It's only been around a minute, so that's the problem I see right now with this breakaway. It's just not going to be able to go all the way at this rate. I think I'd be even surprised if it got to the next hill still, you know, in this shape. And obviously there's some of our riders that didn't maybe go as well. So there is now only a group of 5 to catch. This is the next catching, and obviously Deepless could obviously get his name on the polka dot jersey today. Obviously I don't think there's going to be any overall change, possibly, I'm not sure. It's really who I feel best would be best, you know, taking it right now. Like, certainly it's not going to be easy to decide. Right now, though, only a minute is the lead between us and the breakaway now, you could almost say. 1 minute 12 is the gap. So that gap is coming down. Don't think it isn't, and you can see the breakaway. If it does go all the way, I'll be very, very surprised. I know it's a breakaway we've been in for quite some time, but I'd be very surprised if it went all the way. We are taking good chunks out of the lead though. It could actually get to the...
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
So I'm gonna call this guy to come protect me.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
So hopefully this guy will come protect me now. As soon as he comes, obviously.
His teammates are riding to protect the jersey.
Because if we're in...
Yeah, great stuff. Come on.
Right, here he is. So we're now riding together, us two. So we're gonna be protecting one another. Now we're in that
The riders up front still
stage.
have something left. They're upping the pace
Now,
to try to hold
I don't
out
want
till
him
the end.
to go too fast. I want him to go at a normal pace. What's his tempo? Because I feel like he's using way too much energy. We turn down his tempo 50%.
I'll take it easy on the relay.
That's what I feel. We just want to go at a steady pace. Maybe a bit more fast. Maybe 80.
I'll relay.
80% seems good. Seems about right, 80%. So, obviously, we're getting protection. In a way, we're sacrificing this rider now. But, in a way, it's what we need. So, we're now, like, pedaling at 80%. So, we're now see the actual breakaway. The breakaway is no longer really there. It's gone. So, yeah, breakaway is now done and dusted, really. It's non-existent. So, yeah, obviously, That's good. So we will probably be there for the next part. Now, so
the breakaways holding off
I doubt there'll be any late breakaways. So 30 kilometers to go. So obviously we're now entering this final stage.
Everything should be played out on the next summit. If the sprinters manage to stick with the peloton, we should see a sprint finish. Otherwise, the race will be driven by attacks.
So obviously breakaway is not going to go all the way. I think this is very clear. It was clear a long time ago, but it's certainly more clearer now, because we're now entering this final stage, final 29 kilometers, 44 seconds lead. That's not sustainable, I don't see. If it is, I don't know how. I'd be very surprised to find out. But we're now going to also use some of our blue energy gel just to give us a bit of energy. So obviously we're now entering the final 27 kilometers, 25 kilometers, so we need to just get there. We're gaining quite nicely anyway. So yeah, we're gaining quite nicely. Obviously we're burning the energy and we're now going downhill. So I'm gonna try and push here, because we in push, we in probably catch very, very soon. I know it's risky going downhill pushing, but you know, I fancy it. We need to close that gap.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
I know it weren't necessary to push, but I fancy it. So 30 seconds is the lead. I'm gonna go back to this guy here for now. Okay, so I'm gonna change rider, obviously, cause yeah, we want to bring up our lead. So I'm gonna push with this guy. I'm not gonna have him there for stage win. I'm gonna make sure he's only there. So I'm going to try and make sure he's there for when it counts. So obviously going to have him there. Why did we push?
His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standing.
Right, let's go.
It will be difficult to increase the gap.
Going to absolutely push, wear these two out.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Time to really take up the gears.
For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey.
We've got no energy, but good news is...
You seem to be the best puncher in the group. You should be able to move to the front.
It's a 20k to go. But 1 kilometer to this summit. So, looking good. Like, I think we're going to be able to take this.
We're professional leaders. Come on. Keep at it.
Come on. Let's take the jersey, the polka dot jersey today. Time to get there. So we built up our own lead.
We are the virtual leaders of the white jersey standings. Good. Keep it up. We've got enough of a points lead for the polka dot jersey.
So we're going to try
no way we can lose it today. Keep it up. You have 30 seconds on the peloton.
So we have 30 seconds. So we've now taken the lead of the jersey. Gonna try.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
So you got 19 seconds. The more time we buy out, the more tiring they become. Hopefully, so yeah.
It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate.
And now the breakaway has finally come to its tragic end. We held off then there, so we did hold off for quite a long time. Where is my other rider? There he is. So we're now going to go back to this guy. He is going to then be the guy that is going to challenge for this stage win.
Bunched peloton.
So there is no more breakaway. It's going to be a sprint finish from here to the end, I would have suspect. It's going to be still pretty close. Hopefully we can come home in a good position. Let's try. So obviously reserving our energies. We trumble down the hill. Now we've got one more climb, one more downhill. The finish is actually downhill. So we've literally coming into the final part now of this race. As everyone now starting to position themselves for the win.
Watch
and it's
the
back
demeanor of
uphill.
the other sprinters to know when to launch your sprint. If you start too soon, you will be unable to continue your effort to the line. If you start too late, you will not have time to work your way to the front.
So, soon as we come over this hill, we've got about, I would say, you know, probably less than 7k, maybe. In between 7 and 8k to go. We're now just all jockeying for our position, as there isn't really anything else we can do. It's all just about being position timely. And now it's downhill, so 7 kilometers to go. As we enter the final now, 7 kilometers.
Watch out, he's trying to catch up the sprinters. The finish will be adjudged at the end of a 1.5 kilometer straight.
So here we go then.
We are heading for a mass sprint.
So we're now upping the tempo. Gonna use up some of our gel.
That may cost him some time in the overall standings.
So it's uphill slightly.
Let it fall. It may create gaps.
3.5 kilometers
Being left
to go.
It's good news for the overall standings.
2.9 kilometers. So we're going to have to go within very, very soon. We're now starting to wear out. As we now take the lead on the tour. There's about just a kilometer to go.
Last kilometer. You've got to sprint.
And we're now racing here for the jersey. Can we take our first ever stage win? We're going to do it now. We're going to take the first stage win. That is our first ever stage win on this game. It's Deepless who takes it for our team. Then our first stage win. And yeah, what a way to do it. We take the polka dot jersey, we take the stage, and we take the win. Beautiful. And actually it was quite a comfortable win then, obviously, if you have a look. Obviously, this is slow motion. As you can see, quite a comfortable win then there. As you'll see, pretty comfortable in slow-mo. We take it like, at this point, I knew we won. This is the point we won. Like, you can see. So how many of our riders did come home well? He came home well. Quite a lot of them, actually. About 5 of our riders finished in the peloton. I think one of them fell or didn't finish quite as well. Yep, there's our guy. Oh no, one our guy. Did all our guys finish in the peloton? Yeah, that was the guy who fell. There you go. So there we go, our first ever stage win. Wow.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. Here is today's stage winner.
It's nice to see our team succeed.
Master his rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. Congratulations to him for this high-flying performance.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
He's amongst the leading riders this year. Here's the yellow jersey of this stage.
Not the yellow jersey though, unfortunately. That'll go to Nelson or Nielsen.
Let's hope for him
so yeah, obviously we still got some work to do there to get the yellow jersey, of course.
He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey.
Also, we're not going to get the green either, by the looks of it.
Here's the green jersey of this
going to Court Nielsen. So, obviously, Court Nielsen
hope for his sake
doing
that things
okay.
go as well in the future, but for now, he can relish the moment. He tops the standings.
Polka dot jersey once again. Yes.
Here's the polka dot jersey.
Get in there. This will go to Rosen.
It is a moment that he soon won't forget, and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He's amongst the leading riders this year.
And the white jersey.
The white jersey of this stage.
Get in there. To D+. So, there we go then. So, we've got 2 jerseys.
Won't forget, and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more.
The Young Riders jersey as well. So, 2 jerseys then there for us as a team. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant. Sheer class. That is brilliant. So, yeah, that's then that. We got 2 jerseys then there.
Congratulations for this win.
Great,
guys.
absolutely
Our chances
brilliant.
of victory were virtually nil. This is an outstanding performance. You beat all the favourites. We take the polka dot jersey. Great work, guys.
So yep, just I don't know who he is, but we take the 2 points in there today for the polka dot jersey, of course, which is great, of course. In terms of how many points we took overall then today, in the green jersey, we actually took 50, D+ did. Also, our other guy took 11 points, Rosen. So that's a pretty good day. That's solid work then today, overall. In terms of the Young Riders classification, so obviously we get a bonus of 10 seconds in there, and looks like we're pretty good actually then there. We're actually inside then this top 20, so I don't think we'll finish any lower than, probably I'm going to say 18th, so long we have general good stages. Team classification so far for this tour, or for that stage, sorry, we finished 18th then there, so not bad, not bad. And the combativity, Rosen also takes that, so that's pretty good then for today. 102 kilometers he did in the breakaway, which is okay, that's not bad overall then. So obviously these were the 6 riders in the breakaway for the most part, and we had the longest time in it at 102 kilometers. That's 4k longer than our nearest rival. So yeah, that's a big difference actually, 4k. and when you think of it, but yeah. Anyway, another team, that's that. So general classifications then, so far for the tour, only 4 seconds off the lead of the yellow jersey we are now then. So we are actually in the hunt for then the yellow jersey by the looks of it, up 109 places. Wow, that's a huge increase. So yeah, that's pretty big. Otherwise, very tiny gaps, 14 seconds separating a lot of people. Separating them. That's how close. So that's how close between 2nd and 95th. Or 94th. Only 10 seconds. Wow. Not much. In terms of general classification, of course, in the climbers, we take the lead of that. So, obviously, not going to be easy to hang on to, but obviously we want to hang on to it still. In terms of the points classification for the green jersey, we move up to 3rd. So yeah, that's pretty good. And we're actually in the hunt for that. If we win another stage, we are on top, effectively, of this. So yeah, we're pretty good then there. And in terms of young rider, then we move 6 seconds clear then there, so that's pretty good. Only so lowest, as I say, we're going to probably finish then is 18th. I would have said then there, or 17th technically. So yeah. Then team classification today, that moves us up now into 9th. So yeah, pretty close stuff then there as well, so that's good then for us. So 9th place. And in terms of the combativity, we are in 5th then for that, so led only 102 kilometers. So yeah, if we go back, actually I want to go back just see how many PCR we've got.
Huge congratulations for this win, Cap.
Yeah, I know about the win. No need to tell me about the win. Right, PCP, that's what we wanted to look at. So this is the individual. How many PCP does that give us? Certainly give us a few. 42, so that's okay. So we gained 23 PCP points from that. That's not bad. So move well clear of the last or the worst team in the standings right now. Right now, Team C are the best British team. Where's Team Sky? Are they in it? No, I don't think they're in it. I'm not sure. Maybe Team C is Team Sky, I'm not too sure. To be honest. So yeah. Anyway, so we gain quite good energy there.
Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage.
So
there is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punches. You'll have to keep a close watch for riders who try to break away early on, because our lead in the polka dot jersey isn't big enough for us to be sure of retaining it tonight. The team members of the favourites will probably manage the time gaps in order to fight for victory on the final climb. It will be difficult for us to influence the outcome. Good race to you all!
So this will be a rather difficult one. It's actually the longest ride on the actual race or in this tour, so it's not going to be the easiest race actually, so this will be quite a difficult one by the looks of it, I would have said. In terms of for distance, in terms of maybe for energy, it'll be these two. These two are going to be absolute killers, I would have said. Just in general, they're not going to be easy, them two. Like, these two are just going to absolute tire us. But yeah, in terms of for distance, this is the longest one, so I'm going to say it'll be still close. I don't see any big... I think this will be the most difficult, certainly for most part, but as I say, for this, we can build up a good lead on this one, actually, in terms of polka dot, so we're going to have to use Rosen, I'd say, for most part, to protect it. To protect the lead on this one, we're going to have to score, let me just work out, so there'll be 2 for that, then 4, so that's 3. There'll be overall, if my maths is good, and I think points double for the last bit, so there'll be 4, then 2, well 1, then 1, that's 6, so there'll be 8 points available, so we at least need to score then half of that, so we'd need to score about 4 points to retain our lead. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time for another video of then Tour de France. Until then, see you next time, have a great weekend, enjoy the Hungarian Grand Prix. Until then, see you next time.